comes from the line of Alex Blostein of Goldman Sachs.
Good morning, Alex.
Hey, Larry. Good morning, everybody. A question for you guys around Aladdin, and specifically, I wanted to talk about provider Aladdin. We haven't gotten an update on that in a little while, but it looked like Citi, I think, joined the platform. I think you guys already partnered with BK and a handful of others. So maybe talk a little bit about where the build-out stands, whether or not BlackRock is still kind of the primary customer of provider Aladdin, and when do you guys would anticipate other asset managers potentially joining the service?
So Aladdin Provider, as you know, was created as a response to the industry's desire for closer integration along the investment life cycle to drive efficiency. And as a leading investment management platform used by 90-plus asset managers globally, Aladdin is uniquely positioned to drive increased standard across the ecosystem.
Okay. The only company releasing the earnings today, the U.S. company I'm familiar with is the BlackRock. And now it's in the, I'm listening to its conference call, and it's already getting to the Q&A session. It's not a surprise during this strong stock markets and asset management booming, and the BlackRock's performance has been great, right? They beat the revenue, they beat the earning. Their net inflow is like 100 billion, 6% organic growth increase. And just like their CEO, Larry Fink, mentioned earlier in this conference call, the people rely on the retirement income more and more. And I'm seeing as the largest asset manager globally, BlackRock's business will keep growing. And its stock price already jumped close to the 52 weeks high at this moment in pre-market. I'm seeing its price keep going up to maybe to make the new 52 weeks high, if it is not the all-time high, because I haven't had chance to do the research to find out what the all-time high is. Yeah. And Netflix reported earnings yesterday, right? And their performance, their Q2 performance was good, but as one of the very few companies giving the guidance, Netflix management gave the guidance, a negative guidance, because they said that their Q3 subscribers growth will be under forecast. That effectively dragged down its price by 11% in the aftermarket, right? And and even now, the price clawed back a little bit, but still down probably 7 to 8%. It's purely profit taking, and I'm saying its price will come back and will make a new all-time high in the next couple days. I also noticed that there are a couple of Swedish companies releasing the earnings, and why I am interested in Swedish companies are, first, I was heavily involved in some transactions with Swedish companies when I was in China back in 1990s. I even traveled there twice, and that's why I'm interested in their industries. Another reason is during this pandemic, Swedish government make a unique decision not to lock down. So I want to see what the financial result reflected in their earning release is or are. and driven by these unique decisions. I did tune in Volvo's conference call in early morning today, but their performance was driven by Chinese market because they export the construction equipment and trucks to China, and definitely their Q2 performance was negatively impacted by the pandemic. I'm going to do more research on others like Ericsson, Swedish Match, Electrolux. They also released the earnings today, but I haven't had a chance to drill into the detail. Okay.
On the fee waiver